right. Hello everybody, today I got a pistol red dot review for you, and that is this Cyelee Bear closed emitter 3 MOA red dot. Let's check it out. All right, so before we go any further, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe if you like this kind of content. Hit that notification bell, leave a comment down below, all that good stuff. You can also become a member of the channel. You can also become a member of the channel if you want to monetarily support the channel, or go over to my website and shop through various affiliate links, and it all helps out the channel a ton. I appreciate everybody's support out there. Let's get into the Cyelee Bear. So, full disclosure, Cyelee did send this to me. Not only did they send this to me, they sent me the ammo to shoot through it. Actually, they sent me the money for the ammo to shoot through it, and I bought it from True Shot Gun Club. So check out True Shot. I'll leave a link to them in the pinned comment. Now, Cyelee contacted me and said, hey, we want you to run this dot, but we want you to run it on a 10 millimeter. And I'm like, well, I don't have a 10 millimeter. So I borrowed this gun from a buddy of mine. They sent me the dot and enough to buy 1,000 rounds of ammo. And that last 10 rounds you just saw at the beginning of the video was shots 990 through 1,000. So let's get into this. So what I have been running through this is MagTech 180 grain 10 millimeter. Again, all 1,000 rounds were that, and I did it in a matter of about 2.5 days. So this thing has taken a bunch of punishment, not only with shooting, but my durability testing in a very short period of time. And it is still rocking and rolling. I am truly impressed with the ability of this optic, especially at the price point that Cyelee sells their stuff at. So a couple quick specs about this. It is an all aluminum body, closed emitter 3 MOA dot, very crisp dot, very nice dot, has 8 visible settings and 2 night vision settings. Again, at the price point that these come in at, we're talking about this thing starting to get a lot of features. 8 visible, 2 night vision settings, closed emitter, side loading CR123, or sorry, 2032 battery, has soft touch buttons for up and down here. It does have auto off and shake to wake, and it is IPX7, I believe, IPX7 rated. Now it comes with all the tools you need. Of course, you got to supply your own torque wrench or torque screwdriver for mounting everything. But as far as like all your adjustments on the side and top here, their flathead comes with it. You can feel the clicks in it. They're very fine, but you can feel them. Clearly marked up and right. And again, the battery compartment over here. The clamping mechanism is a nearly full-length clamp with 2 T10 Torx screws. It comes with 2 mounting plates. It comes with one for MOS, and it comes with one for RMR. And then it comes with a pile, it comes with 3 or 4 bags of different lengths and different size screws. When it comes to the screws, I did have to sand the screws down that fit this Springfield Armory plate. The plate, I don't know if it's just extra thin or whatever, but I did have to sand the screws down to flush mount the base plate of this onto the Springfield adapter plate. Only about a thread or two. One of those things that I don't know that anybody could have actually seen happening, but it wasn't a big deal, and worked fine after that. Clarity. It has a slight bluish green tint, as many red dots, some more, some less, but as many red dots do out there. That tint is to help reflect the color of the red dot back to you. It makes it a little bit more visible, and that's why companies do it. This is not bad. It doesn't really change the shade a whole lot of color when I move from like dirt to a green background. dirt, dead grass, bush. It really doesn't change the coloring too much. Now, for fisheye, there is a tiny bit of fisheye, a tiny bit of wobble in the glass. If you're looking for it, you find it, but if you are running quickly, you don't see it. But if you're paying attention and really looking for any sort of wobble or fisheye in the lens, there is a tiny bit of it there. Now, Cyelee tends to name their dots after animals, like I did the Wolf Zero not that long ago. This is the bear, and it is properly named because this thing is a beast. You know, they asked me to do it on a 10 millimeter. They came out and said, hey, beat the hell out of this thing. We want it tested on just one of the angriest pistol rounds out there that's in common use, and you know, everybody thinks they're going to run into a bear, and that's why they buy 10 millimeter. At least that's what they say on the internet, is just in case you're in the middle of your, you know, neighborhood in Detroit, Michigan, and you happen to run into a bear. I went through my standard drop test, which is a drop on each side, and I believe I dropped this one on the top as well. I don't remember that I did the drop test last weekend. Either way, I did at least the 2 drop tests, and then racking it off my table, held 0 just fine. All right, Cyelee Bear closed emitter optic. I have 15 rounds in here. We're gonna do the durability test. So let's do a 5-round baseline. That was 6. My bad. This thing flies the brass over there. You can hear it hit my truck. So I'll do 4 this time. Just so it ends on the right note. And that was 3 drops, once on the top, side, side. I'd say that's pretty good. Now, I've never had any flickering. I've never had it prematurely die on me. I've never had it like die in a string of shooting and then, you know, turn back on or anything like that. At the price, again, at the price point of this, with the night vision settings, with the shake to wake and auto off, with being closed emitter, I think that this thing has a lot in a little package. Now, little package is kind of a stretch. It's a chunky boy. It's not very heavy, but it does stick off there quite a bit. But so do a lot of closed emitter red dots, pistol red dots. Now, I've not carried with it because I do not have an inside waistband holster for this, so I couldn't tell you how this carries as far as comfort-wise, but again, if you're running into bears, you're probably carrying outside the waistband anyway, right? Now it does say that it is parallax-free. I find more often than not, a lot of companies say that, and they get close, but they're not really there. And this one is surprisingly on. When you move your head around in the window, the dot doesn't appear to move much, if any at all. So I do think that this is as close to parallax free as you can get. Now, the window. This is my first closed emitter pistol red dot. So this may be common with other closed emitter pistol red dots. Again, I don't have the experience. I've only ever shot with open emitter red dots. I do get slightly claustrophobic. I feel like, even with both eyes open, I feel like the window, the opening, almost like it's like it is a tunnel. Technically it's a tunnel, but I feel like it closes in on me a little bit. I mean, I got used to it, 1,000 rounds, I got used to it, but at the first glance, I was like, wow, that window seems very small. That window seems very small. But I got used to it after a while, and with something that doesn't recoil as hard as a 10mm, something a little bit smaller, because I did lose the dot bouncing up and down. With something that's a little bit more tame, you probably wouldn't lose the dot. I probably wouldn't lose the dot inside the window, but it does make me feel just slightly claustrophobic. Now, I know I've said for the price a couple times in the video. I can't tell you the price. YouTube will slap my pee-pee if I do so, and so I can't do that, but I will put a link to Cyelee in the pinned comment along with the True Shot Gun Club link, and you can go check it out for yourself. But for a closed emitter pistol red dot with this many features, that's apparently this durable, again, 1,000 rounds basically straight, 2.5, 3 days to do it, of 128 grain, 10mm, not a flicker, not a problem, not anything. I'm pretty impressed. I'm honestly pretty impressed. Check that out, check out that pinned comment. Thank you to Cyelee for sending this out. I likely will be putting, once I give this gun back to my friend, I likely will be putting this on one of my other 9mm slides that takes an RMR, and continue running it just to see how I like it on a 9mm. I have not done that yet. I do appreciate them supplying the ammo, and I do appreciate a company that sends out something that says, hey, what's the hardest thing you can think you can do to this? Do that. Do that thing and review it. And that's exactly what Cyelee did when they said, hey, we want this thing, we want 1,000 rounds of 10mm on this. And I was like, all right, you got it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. All that good stuff that I said in the beginning. You can also support the channel on the website. Become a member. Members get members-only posts, previews of videos, giveaway entries, things like that. So, yeah. If you want to support the channel that way, you can absolutely do so. Thank you to all my supporters out there. Again, thank you to Cyelee for this. Thank you to True Shot for having such good prices on ammo. And we'll talk to you later.